Hi, welcome to Trailers from Hell. I was 19 when The Warlord came to my local cinema. I saw it twice due to my affection for medieval siege warfare and possibly a little bit of a crush on newcomer Rosemary Forsyth. It was directed by Franklin J. Schaffner, seen here discussing weapons with star Charlton Heston. He would re-team with Heston for the hugely successful Planet of the Apes, and go on to direct Patton, amongst other critical and box office hits. It's a really good movie, and yet it was only a modest box office success. The Warlord is a typical example of the studio and the creatives looking at the same script and imagining two different movies. The studio wanted another sword and shield Chuck Heston epic. The star wanted a sophisticated historical drama. Universal were clearly nervous about the result, getting Heston to add his personal endorsement to the trailer, linking the movie to recent hits of the genre.
The Warlord's an important picture. Like Ben-Hur, it has elements of spectacle, but it's not a spectacle. Like Spartacus, it's a war story, yet it's not. Like El Cid, it's a personal adventure, yet it's not entirely that either.
Heston took a Broadway play, The Lovers, which only ran for 4 performances, and spent 10 years bringing it to the screen to play a flawed character caught in a tragic web of his own making. It's one of his best roles. Richard Boone consumes the sometimes ripe dialogue with gusto. Newcomer Rosemary Forsyth is the very picture of innocence, and Guy Stockwell, like Boone, gnaws at the scenery occasionally, as does Maurice Evans, but the theatricality works, along with the authentic costume and set design, to convey a convincing sense of the 11th century.
This was a time when a man, a vassal, could not call his wife his own, not even on his wedding night, for ancient and pagan law gave that right to the warlord.
The mainspring of the plot is the jus primae noctis, the law of the first night, allowing a nobleman to take the virginity of a peasant girl on her wedding night before returning her to her husband. But here, the warlord refuses to give her back. The sexual politics do not look good in post-Me Too movement hindsight. What the hero does is, in fact, rape. The script tries to place a fig leaf over this uncomfortable truth by having the hero's last-minute reluctance to rape her to cause the girl to warm to him and give herself willingly. Forsyth was criticized for her passive deer-in-the-headlights performance, but many of her scenes are not in the movie. The director's cut was 171 minutes, but Universal executives thought it was too talky for action audiences and cut 50 minutes out. What was lost was Heston and Forsyth's slow burn bewitchment of each other, which was essential to understanding this morally questionable but critical story point. The battle scenes are superbly staged, propelled by Hans J. Salter's action scoring, but it is Jerome Morose's tragic love theme that provides the emotional heart and binds the film together. Despite studio interference, The Warlord remains a high-quality historical drama, underrated at the time, but still holds up today.